Okay, so let us look at what we are going to learn in this new chapter, algebraic expressions and identities. First, we will begin our discussion with the basic terminology. And the basic terminology that we are going to discuss will focus around the expressions. Okay, and the expressions essentially they are made up of variables and constants. Everything in the world of algebra is composed of essentially variables and constants. Then we will discuss about terms. What do we mean by like terms? What do we mean by unlike terms? Then we look at what do we mean by factors of terms. And then another important definitions that we need to remember is the types of expressions, and in this chapter we are going to focus on monomials, binomials, trinomials and polynomials. So that is what we are going to look at in the terminology section. Then we will just do a quick review of how do you add and subtract expressions. Once we are done with the addition and subtraction of expressions, we will start exploring the multiplication of expressions, and that is what is new in this discussion. Okay, so we will begin step by step. First, we will start looking at monomials, okay, and we will see different use cases of how do you multiply monomials. So we will look at how do I multiply one monomial with another monomial. How can I multiply three monomials or more than three monomials? And then we will also look at what happens or how would you multiply a monomial with a polynomial. So and I'll tell you what a polynomial is in more details later on, but if polynomial actually comprises of several types of other expressions, and in this case we are going to learn about binomial and trinomial. So it could be either a monomial multiplied by a binomial, or we will discuss about a monomial being multiplied with a trinomial. Then we will look at even more complex multiplication of expressions when we consider the polynomials. So in this case we will be looking at a binomial multiplied by a binomial and a binomial multiplied by a trinomial. Then we will actually learn a very interesting topic that is about identities. Now we will learn what do we mean by identities. We will look at standard identities, and these will be very helpful for us to remember, and then we will see how do we apply these identities to make our lives simpler.